Okay, let's see something here. All right, I am back, and it's been almost a week because uh, we got some stuff that had these huge boxes, and we had to cut them down to put them in the dumpster, and um, it kind of took most of my time, that and my mTurk stuff. So I didn't really have enough time to actually make a video. So let's see here. This is actually a this is a description of my first video. Actually, it's March 16th, and my first video is going online on Monday, and so I sort of have a plan right now, but I sort of don't have a plan. So I'm going to bring up the thing here and see where we're at. So it looks like I put 5 chapters in here. We introduce characters. We set up problem with inciting incident. Why? I didn't have anything for the inciting incident. Why not? John Thomas enters Enchanted lands. I don't know why I don't have anything for that. I don't really have. It's like an opening hook, right? It can be an action scene. It can be, I don't know, some sort of story point, and it needs to be something that sets everything into motion. So sounds like a phone. Maybe my dad is messing with his phone. So okay, so we need some sort of hook. We need something that sets this whole thing in motion, right? And what is that going to be? Because originally it would have been when he entered the land, right? If I made this like a regular game, John would be our main character, and when he enters in, because originally, and I'll still probably have it this way, is that you get to play a little bit just on the very opening that kind of introduces John and his mom and where he lives and his life a little bit, and you get to do a little bit of a play. You get to play through, and how he gets to the land. At one point I was going to have like a ring that he had, or another point he was going to have like a coin, some rare coin that he found that's Quicksilver. And then eventually I set on the silver ticket because it's like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and the golden ticket. I'm not trying to rip things off, but it's trying to be like a kind of like a little bit of a callback, but kind of like a joke. It's it's the Benny Wonka Candy Company instead of the Willy Wonka, factory or whatever, and and it's a silver ticket instead of a golden ticket, but the silver ticket's Quicksilver, and so all I put here was setup problem with inciting incident, and I actually have to go. I kind of went through the videos that I recorded already, but I kind of went through them kind of briefly just to see if that they were okay to start uploading. In fact, I uploaded my first one today. That's supposed to go up Monday. In fact, at the time you're watching this, this is like update number 25, I think. Well, if I do it started by 1, Yeah, well, yeah, I think it'd be update 25. Is that right? I think that's right. Update 25. But it's actually going to be like video number 33 or something. I have 32 videos. The two were the first 2 hours, which I split up into 8 pieces, and then I had 24 more videos that I made. So it's, it's about a month out. So that the time you're watching this, you're going to be watching this like the middle. Let's see, March, April, like the middle of March somewhere. Or middle of March, the middle of April, and so I just did that today, and I briefly went through them, but I didn't really like listen to the whole thing because that would require like 8 hours total. Well, actually, it was more. No, it was about 8 hours. Actually, a little bit more than 8 hours. Maybe 9 hours, maybe, because some of them were 20 minutes. But at least 8 hours, and so I just would have been, tired of hearing myself talk. I don't like listening to myself talk, anyways. And the other thing that I noticed about my videos is they're extremely boring. So I ask you to bear with me, even though it's taking this long. The good thing is they're only 15 to 20 minutes, and you don't have to watch all of them if you don't want to. You might like not watch for a while and then come back later and then find out that I made some progress, but not a huge amount, so you like didn't miss a lot. But at the same time, if you're just interested in how people do things, then you'll probably watch them all, I guess. I don't know that I would watch all of them, although I might, because I'm a little bit weird that ways. And yeah, they're boring. Somebody was saying that I should probably inject some character, and I always find that if you try to force it, it's not going to be like, if I try to be funny, I'm not going to be funny, it's just going to look stupid. But who knows, maybe I'll try to pep it up or something. I'll try to stop using and and ah and all that kind of stuff so much. I still don't have a plan. I got a plan, but I still don't have for like each video, right? Because it's like those tutorials, right? I think I said this before a little bit, but it's like the tutorials that you go through where they say we're going to make it a RPG from scratch. We're going to make a game, a simple game from scratch. You that actually have made games or worked on games, you probably know this. You've probably seen some of these, and it's basically they have a vague plan of things they want to accomplish, and they kind of make it up as they talk through it, right? I'm sort of doing it that ways. I'm not giving anybody a tutorial or how to make it. I'm just showing how I am going through it. Sometimes that's what you need more. Sometimes you just need somebody to actually go through it and say what they're doing. That's not an actual tutorial. It's not step by step, planned. It's just, well, how do you do this? So I can get an idea of how to do this later. So, all that being said, I didn't listen through all the videos, so I'm other than what I wrote down here, I'm not sure why I didn't actually put up here what I'm going to be this big hook. So let's think what that could be right now. So the idea was that since John in this case wasn't the main character, although he still kind of is, but even though he wasn't the main character, that was my idea, was that he wasn't the main character, that we would go to halfway and we'd start from his point of view. So really what we can do is we'll probably have a little bit of a cutscene here. Um, and actually, it won't be that much of a cutscene. Actually, what it'll be is it'll be like the advertisement for, let's say, in fact, I should maybe put this up here. So the opening scene is going to be the advertisement, or did I spell that right? Let's put an I in there. Oh, let's just do this. It's not spell checking me on this for some reason. I wonder if I have to download a spell checker for this, because I don't even really know that much about Notepad++, and I might, change it. Advertisement. I think that's how I think you spell it with the E. Anyways, or as Brits would say, advertisement. Opening scene is going to be the advertisement for Enchanted Lands. And even though that's not really relevant, it's just a it's not relevant into building the story, but I just wanted to write it down just so I have a place that that I put it down later, so I don't forget it. So note. Okay, so how this is going to work is the cutscene isn't going to be very long. It's going to be like a 30-second, like a commercial, right? Because of the way Enchanted Lands works, they have two-way magic mirrors. They have one-way magic mirrors. It's sort of like TV, sort of works like that. You'll be seeing it. You'll be seeing this advertisement. It's going to show this really nice, beautiful. It's going to show these hotels and people having fun and kind of this kind of cool thing, and then it's going to fade out, or it's going to zoom out from magic mirror, or it's going to you're gonna see the brochure drop, and things kind of don't look that great because something's bad's happened. But even that's not the inciting incident, really. That's just something that I wanted to remember for next time. Okay, so what is the big how are you setting up this problem? Because at first it's going to be a mystery, and so what mysteries usually start out with, the murder mystery start out with somebody being killed, right? I noticed in what Murder She Wrote and a few Columbos and stuff where they show you these characters and they're interacting, and then one of them ends up dead, right? Even though this is not a murder mystery, I have to think in terms of that. So the idea here is what kind of, like, we'll introduce halfway. I guess we can introduce Max. I'm not sure. It's got to show the problem of basically everything being closed down and stuff. So, but it should start out with something kind of. It doesn't have to be an action scene, or, in fact, you'll probably be playing up until this point. So let's say we'll say the king summons halfway to the administration castle in the clouds. Okay, so the way this works is, I thought it'd be cool to have a castle in the clouds kind of thing, and basically It's the king's castle, of course, but that's where they also run. That's the whole the running, the administration of Enchanted Lands is from the castle up in the clouds. So that will actually be a location, which is good. Um, so the king summons halfway to the administration castle, and then essentially, let's see, when he enters the throne room, the king, kind of acting strangely, fires halfway and says he's just, let's see, kind of acting strangely, says he just sold Enchanted Lands to Maximilians. And I still think I'm going to change that, because that seems, it's not that it's just that it's cliche, but it, Maximilian's spell is his real name, and Maximilians, you're kind of going, when you actually get to that point, you're going, oh, okay, you know, I get it, you know, it's supposed to be funny, play on words, and it's not very funny, but we'll leave it. So the king kind of acting, so he just sold and promptly fires halfway and ejects him out of the castle. And I'm thinking of the scene in the what is it, The Emperor's New Groove, where that old man comes up for some reason, and he just says something to Cusco, and their castle or temple, whatever it is, castle or whatever, is like on this high hill, and he ejects him out, and he falls down to the land or whatever. So I'm just sort of, you know, if you've seen the movie, you'll know the scene. Okay. So, I wasn't going to let this go over 15 minutes, but it has. And, but at least I made a little bit of progress. So basically, halfway gets fired. The king is acting strangely. He says he's just sold Enchanted Lands to Max. And so, in fact, this whole thing is going to be, it's going to be kind of cool, because at the end of the game is when you bring in John Thomas. So this whole first part of this first chapter is trying to figure out what happened and just kind of set stuff up. And I'll probably have you know, they'll have their own little plot points and stuff. Each chapter will. So it kind of forms a complete, you know, goal and everything. So until the next video, I will talk to you later.